In this last video, we'll think about some tips for how to respond to loved ones when presented with a challenging situation. If you've been caring for your loved one for a long time, you might have figured out your own ways of responding to your loved one. But here are some generic tips. They might not apply to everybody, but they can be useful to consider. Think for a second about how you usually feel when someone is angry and shouting at you. How does this make you respond? And what happens when we respond in that way? Have you found anything helpful for managing this? Some tips that have been given for managing angry outbursts are to listen and try and find out why your loved one's angry, such as asking them to explain or telling them what you think they mean and ask if that's right. You could use your loved one's name and be prepared to repeat yourself. Try not to get defensive or to argue back. Respect their feelings and don't tell them that they shouldn't be angry. Use a calm voice and facial expression. And finally, if you've made a mistake, admit it and say sorry if appropriate, as this can help to de-escalate the situation. When responding to delusions and hallucinations, you could try to avoid directly challenging the belief and telling them that it's not true or not happening, but also try to avoid agreeing with the beliefs. You can listen and acknowledge their feelings. So, for example, you could say, "This sounds very distressing for you." You can build trust. So say, "I'm on your side and I want to help." Perhaps talking about it might help. Also, being curious might be helpful to highlight some alternative explanations, but only if you feel comfortable. You might say something like, "Oh, how can you be sure?" Or "What evidence do you have for this?" But not in a way that's directly challenging the belief. You can offer comfort and reassurance and help them to feel safe. Different people might feel safe in different ways. So it'd be important to know for your loved one how you can do this. And perhaps you could have a conversation with them to decide together how you can help to reassure and comfort them. You could also offer distraction. You could suggest that they try something else to keep their mind off things. The final tips we have are for responding to self-harm. Some tips for managing this are to listen and try and explore how your loved one is feeling. Try to understand what is behind the behaviour. Tell your loved one that you're there to support them. And if they're able to, talk about whether there are any particular triggers. You could also explore whether there are other things they can do to lower the physical damage for themselves.